Let's talk about something a lot of people struggle with, and that's the ability to relax. Not just physically, but mentally, switching off, slowing down, feeling calm. Because if you really think about it, there are probably times where you've tried to relax, but your body didn't follow. You sit down, you stop working, but your mind keeps going. You feel wired, you feel restless, you feel on edge, like your system won't switch off. And most people describe this as, I just can't relax. My brain won't stop. I'm stuck in this stress mode. And if you've ever felt like this, you know it's not just uncomfortable, it's exhausting. Now, this is where most people go. They think, I need to calm my mind. I need to manage stress better. I also need to relax more. And they try things like breathing exercises, meditation, trying to slow themselves down. And sometimes that works for a moment, but then it comes back. And the question is, why? Why does it feel like your body just won't let you to relax? This is where we need to understand something deeper, because just like motivation wasn't just about dopamine, relaxation is not just about mindset, it's biological. And one of the key players here is something called GABA. Now, GABA is often described as a calming neurotransmitter. It helps your brain to slow down, and it helps to reduce stimulation. It's part of what allows you to feel calm. So when GABA is working well, you feel settled, relaxed, and able to switch off. But when GABA signaling is low or disrupted, you feel the opposite, restless, wired, and like your system is just stuck on. Now, this is where most people stop. They think, okay, I need more GABA, and they try to fix it directly. But just like everything we've talked about, GABA is not the starting point, it's the result of what's happening in your body. So instead of asking, how do I increase GABA, a better question is, what is preventing my body from calming down? Because that's where the real control is. Let's make this simple. Your body has two main states, a state of activation and a state of recovery. It's that simple. Activation is what you feel as stress, alertness, and focus. It's your system preparing for action. Recovery is the opposite. It's calm, it's rest, it's repair, and your body is constantly moving between these two states. That's normal. That's healthy. The problem is when your body gets stuck in activation, when it stays on, when there's, no real reason to be on. And if you think about your own experience, you've probably had moments where you're lying in bed and your body feels tired, but your mind won't stop. Or you finish your day and you still feel tense, like you have to be switched on, and you just can't switch off. That's not a mindset problem. That's a signal problem. Your body is receiving signals saying, I must stay alert, I must stay on, I can't relax. And your brain is responding to that. Now, where do those signals come from? Some place we've been, built up the whole time. It's like your body, it's your gut, it's your immune system, it's your energy state. Because if your body senses inflammation or internal stress or it's unstable energy, it doesn't feel safe enough to switch off. So it keeps you in the more activated state, and GABA signaling reflects this. This is why you can't just force relaxation, because your body is deciding whether it's safe to relax or not. And if the signals don't change, the state won't change. Now, this is where things should start to click, because it explains why. You can be exhausted but unable to sleep. Why you can be mentally drained but still feel wired. Why you try to relax but it doesn't fully land, because the system underneath hasn't changed. And once you see that, you stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking, why can't I just relax? And start asking, what is keeping my system switched on? Now, this is where we make it practical, because you can change this, not by forcing calm, but by removing the signals that are blocking it. So let's break this down into simple actions. 1, reduce late day stimulation. If you're constantly stimulating your brain late in the day with screens, work, inputs, your body stays in activation mode. So a simple shift is create a wind down period, 30 to 60 minutes. Lower stimulation, less input. Let your system start to slow down. And if you've ever tried this, you'll notice your body responds. 2, stabilize your energy throughout the day, because big energy crashes often lead to rebound stress signals, and that keeps your system activated. So instead of long gaps followed by crashes, you keep things more stable. And when energy stabilizes, your system feels safer. 3, support your gut and reduce inflammation, because inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of activation. And if your body is inflamed, it won't feel relaxed. So again, simple things matter. Support your gut, reduce what makes you feel worse, because when the inflammation drops, your system becomes willing to switch off. 4, use movement to discharge stress. This is one people underestimate. If your body builds up activation during the day, it needs somewhere to go. And movement is one of the fastest ways to clear it. Like literally a walk, light exercise, even short bursts of activity. Because often after movement, you feel calmer. Not because you forced it, but because your body processed the signals. And 5, create consistent sleep timing, because your body responds to rhythm. If your sleep timing is all over the place, your system struggles to regulate. So even something simple like going to bed at a similar time, waking up at a similar time can start to stabilize your system. And over time, that supports better relaxation. Now, here's the most important part. You don't need to do all of it. You don't even need to get it perfect. You just need to start. Pick one thing and try it for a few days, then observe. Because once you start noticing your body and how your body responds, literally everything changes. And this is where this becomes powerful. Because for a lot of people, this is the moment something clicks. They realize they're not a bad relaxer. Their system has just been stuck in the wrong state. So instead of trying to force calm, you remove what's blocking it. Instead of trying to switch off your brain, you change the signals that are keeping it on. And when those signals change, something shifts. You feel more settled, more grounded, more able to relax, not because you forced it, but because your body allowed the relaxation. So if you take one thing from this, make it this. You don't struggle to relax because you're doing it wrong. You struggle to relax because your body is receiving the wrong signals. Fix the signals and calm must follow. And in the next video, we're going to connect this even deeper. How stress, alertness, and energy all interact through something called norepinephrine. And once you understand that, you'll start to see how your entire state of being is shaped. This is how you take control. Not by forcing calm, but by changing what's driving your system and working with it. That's where this ultimately goes. You're not broken, you're responding. And when you understand that, everything starts to change. Remember, healing is easy, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.